Here we go. Here we go. It's that time, family. Black Power is the General Sarasun Seti, and I'm black at y'all ass again with this real talk. Y'all know what time it is. KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, art and home decor for the family that's trying to turn their African home into the African temple that they always wanted. To the family out there, ring the alarm. Y'all know what time it is. GeneralSeti.com. You understand? GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, the complete General Seti website, over 800 videos and lectures. We got the new Egyptian, the complete Egyptian cultural cultural civilization studies, which we're gonna be doing this whole year. We got the making of the white man, the black woman is God, all debates, all religions, Egypt, Ethiopia, India. We got that black power politics and economics. We got everything you need. GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, the black goddamn Netflix. Motherfuckers binging on the truth. Y'all ring the alarm. General Seti dropping bombs on Patreon. Ring the alarm. General Seti dropping bombs on Patreon. You got over 150 exclusive live streams on my Patreon. Fire. Nothing but fire. I don't even have to boost my shit up. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of perks on that site. You know, the General Seti ticket leak lectures is you get those free if you're of the graduate and advanced tier, but it don't matter what tier you is. I'm gonna feed you. You gonna get fed, on my Patreon. So get on over there, become a patron today, family, and get that work. All the links is in the video description, and also in the comment comment box, so you can get it out the chat room. You feel me? Now it's going down today. I had to come out, and deal with, what's going on, because there's always some shit going on. When you got the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal in power, it's going to always be some shit going on. You see? And so today's topic is what would be U.S. response if Russia put nukes in Mexico or even Canada, because that's what you're talking about. The U.S. and NATO and all them European powers is over there. That's how I know this shit is premeditated. This shit is planned. You see? This shit is planned. They know what the ramifications is to try to pull some shit off like this. They know what the ramifications is. So knowing that, and they continue to still do what they doing, then they pushing the outcome. You know what I'm saying? They know what the outcome gonna be. And so when we look at you look at Mexico, and you see it's right up under the United States. You can go to the north, and you can look down, from Canada and shit, and see, and so when you look at Ukraine, you see is right there on next to Russia, no different. And not only is they in goddamn, trying to push Ukraine, they already got, if you look at, at the top, you can already see they got Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. You understand what I'm saying? You still, and you already got them, and so you already got nations that border Russia that's in NATO. You already got nations that border Russia in NATO. Okay, and so I don't know, what is, I guess Ukraine is the last straw. It's the last straw because Ukraine itself to my understanding, as far as land, is the largest country in Europe. It's a nice size. It's a nice size, as far as land. And so, I guess that was too much for him. I don't know. But, I understand, if we understand the stance of the United States, because, we went, I'm not going to say no we. I got to straighten that shit up. Ain't no we. When you talk about the Cuban Missile Crisis that went on under JFK, this was in 1962. And you see, at that time, Khrushchev was running the Soviet Union. And he put some missiles down in Cuba. And Kennedy told him, get that shit up out of there. Get that shit on up out of there. If the missiles that they was putting in Cuba could hit Los Angeles, Denver, Seattle, Chicago, any motherfucker, they could hit any goddamn city in the United States. They could hit any city in the United States. And so their response was to get this shit up out of there. Or we gonna bomb. We gonna bomb this shit. Period. That's exactly what he said. We're gonna bomb it. So that was probably the closest that we've, the planet has been to a nuclear war. Full-fledged nuclear war between the United States and Russia. And so the irony of this shit is that here it is, 2022, and they pushing up on this man like he's some punk. That's how I know that this shit is planned by everybody involved. Because nobody in their right fucking mind, with a man who got goddamn 5,000, close to 6,000 nuclear warheads, and you gonna play him like he's a punk. You gonna play him like he's a punk, and you gonna push up on his dough. But then when it come time for a motherfucker to come on your dough, you sending ultimatums. You see? You sending all kind of motherfucking ultimatums. And not only did they tell them to move them goddamn missiles, which they eventually did, they blockaded Cuba. They put all type of ships around that motherfucker so that nothing can get in, nothing can get out. You see? And so, that's the type of response that you have when you have motherfuckers like NATO and the United States doing what they doing. Now, let me tell you something. When it come to power, ain't nothing off the board. Let me come up. When it come to power, if they see, and a lot of people don't understand that this shit go back. This ain't just some shit that just started yesterday. This was even before the United States was even a nation. This was before even Russia was a goddamn nation. You see what I'm saying? What you looking at is D.C., Washington, D.C. is the new Rome. And when you look at Moscow, Moscow is the new Constantinople. Okay? Moscow is the new Constantinople. And so what does that mean? Because a lot of people say, man, I don't know nothing about none of that shit you talking about, Seti. This was at the time when the Roman Empire was split in two. It was so large that they had to, technically split it up. And they had something like, at one point in time, they had something like four Caesars. You understand? For each district. They ruled, and, so that they would have proper management of the Roman Empire. Now, in around I believe it was 332, somewhere around there, Constantine moved the capital of the Roman Empire to Constantinople, today is modern is Istanbul in Turkey. You know, because the Ottomans eventually conquered the Byzantine Empire, which is what you call the Eastern Roman Empire. They were Romans. And so, you know, you had the Western Empire, Roman Empire ruled at Rome. Rome had got to the point where, you know, it's just old and it ain't, you know, fruitless. And so there was always a lot of jealousy, even in what you call the church. Even you got the Catholics and you got the Great Schism. You know, where the Eastern Orthodox split. They split. You know what I'm saying? From the, you know, and the Catholic split. They was at one time they was one church, and then they split. You had the Great Schism, and so you got the Eastern Orthodox and you got the Romans. You know, the Roman Catholics. You see, but they, like I said, at one time this was one empire, it was one church. And, you know, studying what happened to Constantinople, because when you talk about, you know, the Roman Empire, they say the Roman Empire lasted for something like over 1,000 years. Well, the majority of 1,000 years, maybe 1,200, or, you know, but the majority of that is they talking about Byzantine. You understand what I'm saying? The majority of that, they talking about the Byzantine. Half of the Roman Empire lasted 1,000 years. So when motherfuckers talk about Rome and the Western branch of the Roman Empire, it really didn't last that long. You know what I'm saying? It really didn't last that long. And so, you know, Constantine seen that where today you see Constantinople or Istanbul, it's set right there in a strategic place where he could, you know, dominate trade from Asia and Europe. He could dominate it. You see what I'm saying? So that's why he moved it there. But as you know, the Byzantine Empire itself started to get old. You understand what I'm saying? It started losing its lux, you know, its luster. You see what I'm saying? You know, the Western Romans sacked Constantinople. They sacked it. These motherfuckers supposed to be going on a crusade to fight the Muslims, and they end up sacking Constantinople, which is supposed to be their team. They sacked the motherfucker to the point they robbed them of all they Jews and shit. And if you go to Venice, because it was basically the Venetians, the Romans, but the Venetians, they sacked that motherfucker. Took all, you can go to Venice today and you can see, you know, you can go to certain buildings in Venice. You can see shit from Constantinople. They got all their relics still in Venice today where they sacked it. You see? And so, you know, Constantinople was the capital of the Byzantine Empire. And so, as you know, when the Ottoman Turks finally put the last nail in their coffin, many historians see the capital of that, you know, that Byzantine, you know, energy moving to Moscow. You see, that's why when you look at, you know, the Red Square and you look at the architecture, it's Byzantine. So, you know, Moscow became the new Constantinople. It became the new Constantinople. And so you looking at, Britain and, you know, United States, and, at one point in time, I guess you could look at Britain as being the new Rome. But, you know, United States would eventually take that from them. You know what I'm saying? So you got Washington, D.C. being the new Rome, and you got Moscow being the new Constantinople. You see what I'm saying? And they feel like, you know, they owe the West, even from back then, for sacking fucking Constantinople and shit, trading on them and shit, this, that, and the third. And so even down, and so not even just recently, you seen that the Ukrainian church, which is Eastern Orthodox, Byzantine, split from the Russian church. Split. You know, they didn't have another great schism. So you could see this shit was going on for a minute with this Ukraine and Russian shit. You know what I'm saying? They come in more. And so if you know the history of this shit, and then you see one of your own brothers start to move towards the West, then motherfuckers gonna look at that like, man, what the fuck are you? You know what they trying to do to me. So what the fuck is you doing? You see what I'm saying? What the fuck is you doing? And so that's what's happening. You see? And so since they all understand the ramifications of where this shit could go, and then they push it to go there, that let me know that this shit is premeditated. You see what I'm saying? It's premeditated. It's something that's, it's an agenda that's being played on the world. And if you, like I say, if you don't know all the shit that's going on, you know what I'm saying, then you won't see the necessary facts that's bringing us here today. Just like I say with the Constantinople and the Rome and shit, you have people. I say I'm in the history. You see what I'm saying? I'm in the history, so I understand that aspect. That the Roman the Russians and shit represent. They feel like they owe the West. They do. They feel like they owe y'all motherfuckers sacked us. We supposed to been on your fucking team. You understand what I'm saying? This is how the fuck your church. We split from your church. You understand this, that, and the third. And so it's been brewing for some time now. You understand? It ain't just started. It's been brewing for some time now. And so again, now we see today that you got Joe Biden with his old ass looking like Bram Stoker Dracula, him and Pelosi. I mean, goddamn, when you add the goddamn Pope, you add the Queen of England, I don't believe it's a head of state of a goddamn European nation nowhere on the planet younger than 75 years old. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this show you right there that they have no intention, even within their own race, to allow any young to have any power or any say. And so that's that Chronos. When you talk about he ate his children. He don't even allow their ass to get into a position of authority. And so you got these old motherfuckers in Biden, and you supposed to be the head of the most powerful nation on the planet. So they say. And so you got a motherfucker damn near 85 years old, the head of the most powerful. That right there is is some crazy shit. Because you want some, you want some type of fire in there. If a motherfucker talk shit to you, you got to have somebody that's willing, to kick some ass. That motherfucker Joe Biden ain't ready to kick no ass. He ain't ready to kick no ass. And so I'm looking at him. He's very flagrant in what he was saying. When Putin, told him that he better not go into Ukraine, that you don't try to bring their ass into NATO. You had Biden very flagrant saying you can't tell a sovereign nation that they can't, who they could deal with. You see? And so that was the wrong answer. That's the wrong answer for the world. Because the thing is, you talking flagrant as if you're going to protect Ukraine. You see what I'm saying? If you're going to talk that goddamn flagrant, and this man about to run up in there, and he going to destroy this goddamn nation, and ain't nobody going to try to, then you might as well, let them go about their business. You know what I'm saying? Because they over there bombing their ass, and you talking about sending some brown bag lunches and shit, you know what I'm saying? Some soup, some goddamn blankets, and they over there bombing their ass. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers talking about, could you give us some air coverage? And you talking about sending free lunches and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you wasn't gonna protect Ukraine, that's, you know, and I'm not, I'm on the outside looking, but I'm looking at the shit. If you're not gonna fucking protect Ukraine, then why is you talking shit to this man, knowing he gonna run up in there and do what the fuck he gonna do? I just don't understand that. And see, that's the setup. And then you got the head of Ukraine. He know what's going on. He trying to tell Biden, like, man, you got to shut the fuck up, cause you really you pissing this motherfucker off. You know what I'm saying? You scan the people. You pissing this motherfucker off. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, all before, you know, Putin came in, he was like, man, quit scanning the people. This, that, and the third. You talking flagrant to this man. You see what I'm saying? He's in on it too. But you know, I don't know what he thinking. You know, he's in on it too, because he should have known better. He should have known better. You know what I'm saying? To bring his people into a confrontation, knowing the goddamn United States wasn't going to protect his ass, and that the European powers wasn't going to protect his ass. So he should have opted out until he could get in a better fucking position to do what he was going to do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to take the long road. You understand? To get where you going. You know what I'm saying? And he should have took that long road. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, because it's premeditated. Now, another thing that I understand, because Biden was so flagrant in doing that and saying the shit that he said, and then you got Putin on the other hand, he's heavy-handed. He's over there bombing indiscriminately. He's over there bombing, the people. You know, he ain't even not even military. You see what I'm saying? Not even military. He's bombing buildings and he's bombing the people and shit. And so that right there is another reason I see it as premeditated, because he knows that the world is going to be up in arms about him bombing indiscriminately. He ain't even bombing. It ain't like shit. They ain't got shit to bomb. You know, Ukraine ain't got no, they got an army, and I don't want to talk down on them. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't got no fucking army to be trying to go up against no damn Russia. And that's real motherfucking talk. You know what I'm saying? The way he bombed, and he light-handed. You know what I'm saying? Because he could technically bomb every fucking building in goddamn Ukraine. It won't be shit left standing if that's what he want to do. And so it looked like damn near, when I look at the damage that is being done, if that man continue to bomb like he doing for another 30 days, man, it ain't gonna be a fucking building still standing in Ukraine. You see what I'm saying? And so that shows right there, that they both understand what they doing. You understand what I'm saying? And so Putin knows by him being heavy-handed that eventually, unless the world gonna sit back and allow this motherfucker to exterminate a nation, and they sit back and don't do shit, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna cause the world to be in an uproar, you know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be the pretext to get this shit popping. That's gonna be this is gonna be the shit that, that's gonna be the pretext to get this shit popping. And just like I say, if the United States understand that Russia can't have no fucking missiles in Cuba, why in the fuck they can't understand this man saying that y'all, I don't want y'all motherfuckers in Ukraine. You're already over here in Estonia, goddamn, in so many of the Soviet states. They've been planning this shit for a long time. You understand what I'm saying? They've been planning this shit for a long fucking time. The Soviet Union and all that shit supposedly failed, but the motherfuckers was, just rearranging the furniture. the motherfuckers that got power in the Soviet Union before it fell still got power now. It didn't pass down to the next person in line, but they still in power. And so they seen that it was time to change the pieces on the board, but it's still the same game. It's still the same game. And so now, understanding that again, that Putin is heavy-handed and that the people gonna call for his demise. You got motherfucking United, you got Lindsey Graham with his old prune-faced ass. He calling for the assassination of Vladimir Putin. And I mean, listen here, man. That alone, that's another pretext. You know what I'm saying? That's another pretext. Now, if you're going to do some shit, you had to do that shit on the DL. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you're going to openly, because that's what started World War I. When the Archduke of Austria was assassinated in Bosnia. They assassinated that man, and that was the pretext to start World War I, which over goddamn 50 million people died. It was started with an assassination. So if you don't understand this, and you don't know this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, if you didn't know that Venice had sacked Constantinople and they supposed to been on the same team, you see, it's been shit lingering since then. It's shit, and then you understand, about World War I with the assassination of the Archduke. That's what started that. And then this man will bring this shit out, knowing that if somebody assassinate that goddamn man, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? You sitting up here calling, because they're gonna say the CIA any which way, because you spoke it out your fucking mouth with your dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? You spoke that shit about your mouth. And so, automatically they're going to say the CIA did, or this, that, and the third, or some British intelligence or French intelligence, has something to do with that man's fucking assassination. And then what the fuck do you expect? I mean, we're not talking, and I'm not putting no man up there like, but this man got power. This motherfucker got missiles. You know what I'm saying? You ain't talking to no motherfucker that can't bring your ass some serious motherfucking pain. So to talk to a man like that, you know what I'm saying, in that kind of way, it causes me to think, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that don't mean you can't feel that way. It's just a way you go about that shit. Because when you speak the shit out it always remind me when I watched that movie, The Godfather, the very first one. And he was in there, they was in a meeting with this one, this motherfucker was trying to get all the families to come together. And I think they was trying to push something dope and shit. And, the Godfather didn't want to do it. And his son, Sonny, was in there. And he spoke some shit out his goddamn mouth, that he shouldn't have said. And his father tapped him a little bit like, shut your motherfucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever let your enemy, and he told him that, don't ever let your enemy know what you thinking. He told him that. And this motherfucker to come out there and say some shit in front, the world, front the people off. Because like I say, everybody, you got the revolutionary niggas, you got aboriginal niggas, you got more niggas. But when them motherfucking bombs getting to heading over here, every motherfucker gonna look to DC and be like, man, what the fuck is y'all gonna do about this shit here? Okay, so everybody up here saying, oh man, this ain't got nothing. Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with us until them goddamn bombs start heading over here to some cities where your ass reside. And you're going to be looking right up to motherfucking DC like, man, what the fuck is you going to do about this shit? And so since we is over here, you got to say to a motherfucker, man, is that wise? You being a motherfucking senator, that you would openly say somebody should, assassinate this man. And understanding history, you see, that was very stupid as that motherfucker to say something like that. You know what I'm saying? Seeing all these missteps. And these motherfuckers supposed to be in power and knowing the ramifications of shit that didn't already happen. Such as World War I, such as the Cuban crisis. That you would flip it and not see this man, see this man's premise on what he's doing. So that's because I'm not that goddamn stupid. They understand this shit. And so that's why I know it to be premeditated. And so we got to understand as we move forward, we don't know how this shit gonna play out. But I know one thing, you know what I'm saying, that our people is gonna feel the brunt because, this is an opportunity. And the sickness is these motherfuckers actually believe, the United States actually believe that they could win a nuclear war, that they trying to say not all is lost. You know what I'm saying? They saying that they believe that they could win a nuclear war. That's what they believe. And so this is a sick motherfucker. He's saying he's willing to trade missiles with this other beast over there, Putin, Vladimir Putin. And that is possibility that, there could be a winner. That's what they believe. They got doctrine, not a day, that there are winnable world war. Okay, and that's the sick doctrine that they believe in. And so understanding that, family, again, just like I said on the last broadcast, we have really, really failed in our responsibility. I'm talking about the black man out there. You fail, nigga, because you are the caretaker. You are the custodian of this planet, and you have vacated your responsibility in taking care of this planet. You have allowed a caveman, a militarized nuclear caveman, to run this planet into the fucking ground. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of, and I say this, I say it because I know it to be true. And he's not in any predicament, to be in charge of anything other than that cave. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only thing he could be in charge is the cave, And so he's then took this planet and he's then ran this goddamn planet into the ground. Oil all over the war, in the water, poison from all these factories in the water, goddamn nuclear plants and shit all over. Motherfuckers don't even know. We got nuclear plants every goddamn way. Every goddamn state got 2 or 3 goddamn nuclear plant waiting to blow up. You see what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers, and so, he's not, and so you didn't allow him to remain in power to do these things. And so we should have been fighting him as hard as we could every day, no matter how many fail. You understand what I'm saying? We still here today in the billions. We still here today in the billions. We should have took all those Africans that died. You know what I'm saying? And and threw them lives at that man for a cause. You know what I'm saying? Niggas out here dying I'm talking about from the boat, goddamn it, to the prison cell, goddamn it, all them years. All the lives that didn't die, didn't been wasted for no goddamn purpose at all. You understand what I'm saying? Only for our people still to be here in shame. Still with this man with the power and possibility to destroy this planet. It's such a fucking shame. You know what I'm saying? And we've flee from real black manhood. You know what I'm saying? We flee from that because we have been decimated. But that's just something you got to fight. It's nothing you can settle for. You cannot, you're not even you're not even real. Nigga, use a vessel, use an empty vessel, nigga. You like a mannequin without your damn manhood. Use a motherfucking mannequin without your manhood. You understand what I'm saying? And manhood is established on prowess. Prowess. You know, the ability to confront a motherfucker with prowess. You see what I'm saying? It's not about nothing else. Anytime they tell you, oh, it's about business, it's about, I'm not saying don't do that. That will not suffice for what they done to our people. That's not what it's about. It's not about competition. It's about confrontation. And we have fled from that, even though they done brought it to our motherfucking chest day in and day out. And niggas have fled. And I guarantee you, the fact you can look at any sickness in the black community. I don't fuck which one of them it is. It's going to all relate back to the fact that the black man has denied his fucking manhood. Period. Everything that's going, I guarantee you, all of these sicknesses, I don't give a fuck which one it is all gonna come back that we denied our black manhood. That's the fucking, so you can listen to them pussy ass niggas out there if you want. You understand what I'm saying? And listen to whatever the fuck you want. Until that come back into, you know, into all power, you understand, for the world to know who the fuck we are, I guarantee that these dilemmas will always be here. Always. They ain't going nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? Because when a motherfucker know all he had to do is walk up to your bitch ass and say, boo. And your motherfucking ass, your motherfucking knees get to shaking like motherfucking Don Knotts. It's nothing that he fear from you. See, manhood is something a motherfucker fear. You understand what I'm saying? You know, you motherfucker got to fear that, fucking with that he could lose the possibility. You know, if you ain't even got a fucking manhood of prowess, it ain't even really the possibility that he could lose. He don't even fear losing because you won't even step up to confront him. You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to confront him, so he don't even fear you. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's no possibility of loss because you're not going to confront him. And so he know he can come and pillage your fucking nation in any way that he want to and say, boo, nigga, and point to when he was lynching our people, severing their phalluses, and with his wicked ass. You see, that's the message that he was sending. Nigga, I got it. You ain't got it, nigga. And so he didn't put it up on over his fireplace. You understand what I'm saying? And he dared motherfuckers to get it. Go and get it. Come get it from over the fireplace. Niggas don't want to get it. Niggas don't want to get it. You see? That's the only thing that's going to change something in this world. And a lot of people say, you know what? We can't do that. Seti, crazy. You see? See the predicament they put us in? Calling Muhammad is crazy. You see what I'm saying? Marcus Garvey and Malcolm X is crazy. You see? You know, the thing is, every other people got they great ones that was in that same predicament that took it there. And they honor them motherfuckers as the great patriots of the nation. You see what I'm saying? Every fucking, every fucking patriot of the United States Revolution. You understand what I'm saying? They was up against the great British Empire. They say the goddamn British Empire was so goddamn big that the sun had never set on it. And here you got these scrawny ass, British Americans fighting this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? And they was losing. And when you watch you study the American Revolution, man, they was whooping, the British was whooping the United States the whole fucking war. Whooping their ass the whole fucking war. It was like the last battle that determined their freedom. But all before that, they was like, this shit is over with. They was about to throw the damn towel in. And the last decisive fucking battle is what gave them the victory. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, they peoples was telling them it's over with. Throw the towel in. Throw the towel in. It's over with. And they put their last energy in a plan that brought them the victory that they needed. You know, and they call them motherfuckers patriots. You see what I'm saying? But when it come time for black people or anybody else, we cannot, you know, because the thing is, when you out of power and you fighting to get power, you got that energy. But when you get in power, you look at the motherfuckers outside of power and you always sow discord and, you know, the impossibility. You better tell them niggas they can't do that. You know, that's he talking to his niggas. You better teach them. They can't do it. They can't beat us. That's a fucking, but you know, they was in the same fucking predicament. And and those that told them they fought on against great odds and got the victory. And they called them motherfuckers patriots. I'm back, family. Y'all know y'all got to hold on. Y'all know I'm coming black. You got you. Motherfucker, I'm black. Yeah, that's right, Patai. Hold fast. Motherfucker, you got to be motherfucker. They bombing me, y'all. I'm in the I'm in the bunker. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in the bunker. But that's all right, family. We was coming, we was coming to our finale anyway. Look at it, motherfuckers. Y'all know. Have faith. Have faith. I'm always coming back. You understand what I'm saying? I'm always coming back. But I'm still with the message. I'm still with the message. Get it together, family. Get it together, brothers. Get it together. I see some tired niggas out there. And like I said, I ain't talking about my brothers that's here. I'm talking about these niggas out here tired ass niggas. We got to get these niggas up out of here, man. Hitler has some shit going on, man. You can learn something from that motherfucker. Straight up. You can learn something from that motherfucker, man, because, hey, them ovens is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Nigga putting cakes and goddamn meatloafs in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Today is it's a different world. You know what I'm saying? It's a different fucking world. And so anyway, family, it's been a pleasure to be here with you today. Keep your eyes on the prize. The blueprint is the same. If you own your plan, you know what I'm saying? That's the initial, move that need to be made to get us back to where we need to be. And then we got to look on the outskirts. Avert offensive attacks on our people. You understand what I'm saying? And so we have to prepare for that. But we got to separate and get this shit together once and for all, because our people, the world, is dependent on us to do that. We cannot afford to let these Cro-Magnon Neanderthals stay in power not another fucking second. Do you hear what I'm saying? Not another fucking second. We got to get it together once and for all. There is only one way out of this. There's only separation, independence, African sovereignty. We must detox from this sickness. We must purify our mind, bodies, and soul from this sickness. And the brothers, we got to reclaim black manhood as a brotherhood. We must reclaim black manhood, the prowess, putting fear in motherfuckers' hearts to ever approach us again on this dumb shit. Nothing else is going to replace that. And like I said again, that is the cause of every fucking sickness. Because if you got a black king in prowess, establishing the necessary fear in this universe to not fuck with his nation, his family, everything else would fall in line. It would fall right on in. Just like this, the planets are revolving around the sun. Everything in our nation would revolve around that energy. They would. And we have not established that. And in the fear of confrontation with our adversaries, we have blamed everybody but ourselves. And that's a fucking shame. We blamed our woman. We blamed our children. In many instances, we blamed our elders. You see? And that some of them need to be blamed. You understand what I'm saying? But ultimately, when we see that the last generation of men have collapsed and they beckoning and calling to step the fuck up, it becomes your fucking time to grab that baton, because ultimately, you understand, blaming the motherfucker ain't gonna change a thing. You just got to step up and do what need to be done. And that's another thing. Blaming and yeah, you blame them motherfucker, deal with it, and then pick that motherfucking baton up, and you run this motherfucker in the end zone and get this victory that we so been longing for a long, long fucking time. This is the General Sarah Seti thanking you for being here today, getting the knowledge and wisdom. I'll see you real soon. Stay strong. Keep your fucking eyes open. Don't fall for shit. Analyze it, pull it apart, and if it ain't for black power, throw that shit away. It's the General Sarah Seti saying, A, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.